Now, you can't run democracy on the hate machine. And you can't run democracy by the hate machine being fueled through the divide and rule policy of the 1% to destroy our oneness, our solidarity, our recognition that we are one humanity and can be strong when we fight for the rights of the planet and for our basic rights to food and water and livelihoods and justice and democracy. The 1% money machine has become so powerful that it actually controls the political machine in a very big way.
And as every day, while the wealth of the bottom half of humanity, 3.8 billion, was dropping by $500 million a day. I'm here in Davos to call on governments to wake up and take up their responsibility and tax fairly, tax wealth, and put money in the public services that people need.
The binding convention. And that's why Paris is merely an agreement. It's not the legally binding UN Framework Convention with emissions that were legally binding. And it was in the middle of the negotiations. He announced we've come to an agreement. And that's when Evo Morales, the president of Bolivia, got up and said, we were here to fight for the rights of Mother Earth. We weren't here for the rights of polluters. And all of us are negotiating inside the hall. 5 people get together and say, we've come to an agreement to destroy the earth. That's why he worked on the rights of Mother Earth and called many of us to become the drafting team for the draft declaration, Universal Draft Declaration on the Rights of Mother Earth, which is available for people. And the work on the movement for the rights of nature has grown out of that, out of the failure of Copenhagen. Every day, 2 billion added to the wealth of the thieves, the stealers, the casino players. And not only are they accumulating more wealth, they're converting the real lives of people into their wealth. My work is on seeds, to prevent seeds from becoming the wealth of these giants. And Bill Gates has a very big role in pushing GMOs in Africa and through the Alliance for the Green Revolution in Africa, pushing patents on seeds against the laws, the sovereign laws that countries like India have created. But they are privatizing water. He is part of geoengineering, the extremely false solution to the climate crisis, the melting of glaciers. And I remember in 2009, we did a study on the third pole, on the Himalayan ecosystems, the impact on climate change. And all the pressure was put by the polluters to say, deny that the glaciers are melting, deny. Our government flipped overnight to say they're not melting. Actually, they're increasing. So these new reports are extremely important. And the Himalayan snows don't just support the people in the Himalaya, they support half of humanity. Because all the rivers to the most densely populated part of the world emerge from the Himalaya. And the consequences of this are huge. But the most important thing is, those women in Ladakh with whom I work, the Women's Alliance, they don't use 1 drop of oil or 1 ounce of gas. They are totally in a renewable energy economy, and they're being punished. That's why climate justice is such an important part of avoiding climate catastrophe. This is the recognition that, A, we are part of one planet and we are one humanity. And unless we live with that consciousness and shape every moment of our production and consumption with that consciousness, we are going to destroy ourselves, which we are. The melting of the glaciers is one of the very severe indicators. The 1%, of course, is the symbol of the concentration of wealth under the rules of the neoliberal economies that are basically, on the one hand, turning every natural resource into a war zone. Even the Venezuelan issue is really a war over oil. But war over seeds, that's my life's work, to keep seeds free. Because there literally are war over control of seeds by a poison cartel of 3. Monsanto and Bayer, Syngenta and ChemChina, Dow and DuPont, all of them with their roots in Hitler's Germany and finding chemicals to kill people. No wonder they're still killing people. No wonder they're killing our butterflies and our bees and our pollinators. And every indicator is showing we are not just in a severe climate catastrophe, we are in the 6th mass extinction, and both the species extinction and the climate catastrophe are 2 sides of the same coin.